Your experience is with the U.S. Navy. We don't want you to give away any classified information, of course, but tell us a little bit about what you did with the Navy and how that relates to your job with the Lions here.
Sure. So the stuff that I can talk about, when it comes to human performance, I mean, it's very important that we call operators, our service members, sustain their performance for day in, day out to execute missions. So that, it's tasked to me and my team to come up with how do we do that. Gravity's gravity, physics is physics, lifting weights is lifting weights. But beyond that, how do we advance it? And there's different ways, but technology. So a lot of the things that we looked at, most of them didn't work, and then some did. Well, it really came down to recovery, how we recover that individual from the load that they had. We can't change the load. Combat can't change. The enemy has a vote in what's going on. So we had to come up with different ways. So most of what you see out there in sports, we started in the military, and that's true with medicine as well. But we have a different canvas that we can work with and things that we can do. And as we develop and research, and then it makes its way out to the sports world.
So that's common for it to go from the military to the sports world. How does that happen? How does that transition happen?
Part of the reason I'm sitting here today is some individual teams will seek it out.
After a game on a Sunday, what does the training room look like from your angle on Monday morning?
Yeah, Monday morning is it's a big day for us. Our medical team, team of doctors, and my staff. And obviously the game is quite physical, as you all see on Sundays. So Monday morning we have an injury clinic that lasts about 3 hours. And during that time is when we evaluate the players that were hurt. A lot of special testing is being done, x-rays, MRI, ultrasounds, everything that we can pick up on the player's health care and start the treatment process, because they're going to have to go back and do this for 17 straight weeks and hopefully 21 weeks. But all that medical information we gather up in the Monday morning, and then it is our job. We meet with Coach Patricia and Mr. Quinn, and we give them the information on who we're going to have available for the next game. So it's a little bit of crystal ball work, but experience where it allows us the ability to know whether or not that player is going to be available, and then put together a health care plan for each individual. A lot of these guys are banged up, but some of them have more injuries more serious than others. So we have to put together a plan for each guy and then try to project their availability in the days going forward.
I think it's definitely become more accepted. Now there are 85 full-time dietitians in colleges and universities. There's 20 full-time dietitians at the NFL level. That's grown immensely just in the past few years. So many of the athletes that we work with have at least worked with a dietitian or had some interaction with a dietitian, so they have exposure to it already before I work with them or meet them. But I'd say there's absolute acceptance and increased awareness in our building of nutrition in general, whether it be through education or through the new resources that we've added, the food availability, the emphasis on color and the right type of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, etc.
Who is the strongest man on this team? I mean, you're into strength and conditioning, so I know that, it's one of the things that I ponder as a fan. Who's the baddest man out there? Who lifts the most?
Well, one thing about these guys, they all are working. I think that's obviously relative, but I think collectively you have a guy like Ricky Jean Francois, he's very strong. Sean Robinson, very strong. Frank Ragnow, who we just signed, very strong. I think what Coach Patricia has done is put a premium in this area. And we obviously stimulate competition, we stimulate improvement, and hopefully we can be stronger this year.
The biggest thing is going to be time. If you think about a college program, you've got around 6 months to prepare for 12 weeks of games. You go to the NFL, like H has said, we have essentially 9 weeks in our off season to prepare for 24 weeks. So that's why the in-season development is so important. Working together with everybody to improve that. But I would say all coaches think we just would like to have more time to have more preparation to get ready for that season?